kids pick up on the language of their parents, right? We use expressions and talk. As you're growing up, the people around you, you learn to pick up phrases and things like that from them, right? It's so beautiful that as a child, he learned how to describe people that lie from his father. And so many decades later, in a position of power, even the thoughts he had in his head mirror the language of his father. He echoed the words of his dad. He's connected to his dad in spirit, even though physically they're disconnected. And when they're faced with the same situation, these young men, these people lying, their response is almost identical. Allah's help should be sought. Allah knows better about what creative lies you make. Ma tasifun, ma tasifun. Wallahu al-musta'an, wallahu a'lam bima tasifun. It's so beautiful. So you can separate me from my dad, but you'll never separate me from my dad. He's closer to their dad than they ever will be, even though they're physically next to him. He's still closer to them. He's still more like him. It's so beautiful that Allah describes the power of a genuine spiritual connection between family. And what that means also is we don't just have a relationship in family of love, of care, of providing, of paying the bills, of taking them to school, of taking care of each other, or going on trips together, or buying things for Eid for each other. We don't just have that relationship. We have a spiritual bond. We have a spiritual connection. We talk about Allah in ways that leaves an imprint on each other. And so an imprint was left on this child's mind about how when you're faced with a situation like that, leave it to Allah. And so the father said, Wallahu al-musta'anu ala ma tasifun. And the son says, Wallahu a'lamu bima tasifun. It's the spiritual imprint, man. It's something profound. Don't underestimate the value of talking to your kids, especially about Allah and Allah's deen. You think you'll send them to an Islamic school or have them watch some videos or, all of that's great. But nothing will compare to the imprint a parent will leave on a child's psyche about Allah. It comes from a special place that Allah has created between parents and children. And beyond that, within family. So you see two opposites in this ayah. You see the worst imprints between family, the worst impressions and scars that family can cause. And then you find some of the most beautiful remnants that even the smallest conversations that he remembered as a child still continue to impact even the way he thinks in his head. He's not even saying this out loud. His thoughts are influenced by the tarbiyah, the upbringing that his father gave him so many years ago, alayhi salam.